this logo for my digital scrapbook store, but I did see that my son was interested in doing something for Gravity Falls. And so I thought I would do the same thing for Gravity Falls so that he has the artwork. To do a logo, which I initially had this little icon right here, and then I had this for my YouTube channel. So I just tried to make it tighter because I was worried that it wasn't going to fit on the website correctly. And then I created this little icon out of the eyes and book. And then I just went, a little bit further and abbreviated Digital Scrapbook Store, which I thought I could do DSS, or I could do DSB for digital scrapbook. So I decided to go that route. But you have to have a horizontal version of the logo, and you also have to have a stacked version of the logo. So let's try to do the same thing with Gravity Falls, just so we can see how that will work. Let's just do that. Let's trace it, because I can show you how to do the rest. Anyway, so let's go here. We're just going to click our curvature tool, and you're going to click one point on the outside of it, and then you're going to click up here at the apex of the curve, because that gives you a good place to kind of start. And then you're going to click in the middle, and you're going to click and drag that out. Okay. And then I'm going to switch this to be the outline as opposed to the fill option, because otherwise it will make it so that I can't see the artwork. It's going to block it. Okay, so then I can just click and adjust these things as I need to. All right. So now we're going to go again to the apex of the curve. That's the best place to kind of put your points, because it makes it smoother as opposed to putting all these janky points along the curve. So anyways, so now you're going to see why I need to switch tools. But anyways, I'll show you. So I'll click this, and now it's jacked up this curvature line. So to fix that, I'm just going to come over here and do my anchor point tool, and then I'm going to click it. And now I've got that switched to where it's not a curve. It's an actual straight line. But then now I need to adjust this again. So I'm just going to click in there and do that. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing here. You'll see I've got to make this adjustment for this this angle right there. I just click it, and then up here I'm going to do the same thing, because these are all straight lines. They're not curves. And that's the difference. It gives you some fun stuff, though. I mean, sometimes you can look at it and see, oh, okay, that wouldn't be too bad to have. And you might wind up saving the art for another purpose. I do that all the time. Mistakes are sometimes the best ways to find unique ways to create art. All right. So there we go. And then now I'm going to come over here into the apex of this curve, right? So I'm going to come over here and do that. And then I'm going to have to click and drag that down to be where it needs to be. And if you add a point and you don't like it, that's okay. You can always come back. And you can put in multiple points and then come back to them later. I do that all the time. So, okay, now we're going to come in here and do this. All right. And then you can actually use the move tool too. You can use this direct selection tool, and you can kind of move your artwork around if you need to. I use this because I think it's easier to kind of trace that way. All right, so now we need to convert that point right there because it's janky. All right, so now we have the G. We have the G in here. So let's fix this one little part right here. Again, like when I'm fixing these things, I'm going into the center point of the line because that's the best way to kind of make that curve behave the way that I want it to. Okay. And then I can see that this isn't quite what I want. Right there. All right, that looks good. So now to see my work for that one letter, I'm going to come over here and just do that. And now you can see, okay, it looks like what it's supposed to be. And then to see it in work or in the layers panel, you'll see it as a path. But what you need to do is just double click it and change it to G. And then that way you can remember it. Okay. And so let's keep going, and I'll turn off my face so we don't have to continue to see that. Okay, so here I've made the path for the outside of the R, and then I've made the interior portion, and so I'll just kind of show you real briefly how that works. We're going to come up here and just kind of refine a little bit of this before I go to the next step. All right, so now we've got that done. Okay, so now we're going to reverse the stroke and fill so that now we see, okay, this is the shape of the lettering. And then I've got the same, I'm going to turn that off so I can see what's below it. Oh, wait, not the wrong one. I'm going to turn this one off. And I'm going to do the same thing with this interior part. I'm going to reverse it. And then I'm going to turn this black just so you can kind of see how that works. And then I'm going to turn this back on. And I'm going to do both of these. And then I'm going to turn on the Pathfinder tool. And I'm going to cut out this orange from what's below it. So I'm going to minus the front. Okay. And what that does is it cuts out that portion that I traced in the front, and it makes it so now I have just the letter. All right. So now I have my R. Not gonna lie, I just wanna make you my, yeah. What you gonna do about it?